Hi, I'm Motshabi Nomvethe, and welcome to the 2022 PPS Financial Year Update, a year during which the world started to return to what we call normality. That said, it was a year with new challenges worldwide. The war in Ukraine, inflation, power supply, and growth challenges locally, and a very unsettled investment market. But PPS remained focused on protecting the lives and livelihoods of South Africa's graduate professionals. Was successful in doing so. I'm joined by the PPS Group CEO, Izak Smit, and PPS Group CFO, Anushuya Gounden, who joined us in 2022. Welcome, Izak and Anusha.
Hi, Motshabi.
Izak, before we jump into the numbers, the challenges I just mentioned influence the members' financial well-being. What are your reflections on the past year, and how did PPS continue to support its members?
Yes, Motshabi. The main reason for PPS's existence is to support our members. We do not have equity stakeholders looking for a return. So all the value that we create, we can channel back to our members. We are there firstly to pay valid claims, and secondly then there is profit that we then channel back to our members as well.
So what impact did COVID have on our claims experience?
The big positive of 2022 was that the COVID pandemic subsided, allowing us to again make profits in our life insurance business for our members. Not yet the kind of profits before the pandemic. There were still many COVID-related claims, but a decent level of underwriting profit. But then, as you mentioned, it was a year of many other challenges, and that influenced investment markets. Our members will remember that 2021 was a fantastic year for the investment markets, and the bull market ended almost exactly at the end of December 2021. Our members enjoyed great returns in that year, and we could distribute much profit to them last year. But we also warned at the time that we expect flat or even negative returns for a year or two, and that was indeed the case in 2022.
So what role can our financial advisors play to help our members to weather the storm?
A good financial advisor will guide you that it is not a great investment strategy to try and time the markets too aggressively. Rather stay focused on the longer term, enjoy years like 2021 and sit tight and ride out shorter term volatility, such as in 2022. And that is exactly what our investment managers did.
Izak, an issue that surely has an impact on PPS, just as it has on the entire country, is the energy crisis. What has PPS done literally to keep the lights on?
Yes, Motshabi, the situation in South Africa and the impact it has on growth and jobs is not great. However, at PPS, we always challenge ourselves to look for opportunities in tough times. It is in our DNA. We were founded in a war. And we founded many of our subsidiary businesses when their industries were in some form of distress. That is usually when our members turn to us as a mutual business for support. I believe the current times will be no different.
Any new projects that you are working on?
We are working on exciting growth projects. On your energy question, I believe the pain that we are currently experiencing is part of a bigger transition from an outdated model and technology, a central parastatal burning carbon, to a new model and a technology that is more decentralized and greener. As with any such transition, there is pain during the transition. It has always been the case, from horses to automobiles, from one technology to the next. But I believe we will look back one day and say the current crisis helped us to transition quicker to what we have in abundance in South Africa, more than most other places, the sun and wind in some areas, and the human capital that can make plans and cope that we certainly have in South Africa. In 2022, we also installed solar panels at our head office here in Parktown. So Motshabi, I'm a firm believer that challenges create opportunities. You will usually not find the word pessimist and success in the same sentence. In a year when the environment around us was flat, even negative, we saw some of the best new business growth in many years at PPS.
Can you remind us, Izak, what is profit share and what does it do for members?
Yes, sharing the profits that we make, be it operational profits or investment returns, is due to our unique ethos of mutuality. We exist for our members and for nobody else.
How do members earn in PPS's profits?
Members with qualifying products share in all the profits at PPS, and I mean everything. except a tiny bit that we need to hold back for regulatory solvency purposes. So these profits are allocated to our members' PPS profit share accounts. This model is unique in South Africa and quite unique in the world. So after we have honored all valid claims and covered the expenses of doing business and set up reserves for possible future claims, we distribute what is left to our members with qualifying products, more or less in proportion to the premiums they pay. It gets added to their individual PPS profit share accounts, but we then invest these profits for our members as well, and investment returns are therefore added. So these profit share accounts eventually vest after age 60, at which time we encourage our members to keep it invested with us through PPS investments to fund retirement expenditure.
Consolidating your retirement savings with PPS investments and earning profit share even after retirement sounds like a great way to maximize value. Thank you, Izak. Now let's get into the numbers, and I would like to go to you, Anusha. How did PPS perform in 2022?
So Motshabi, 2022 was again a great year during which we showed how we deliver our promises to our members. Firstly, new business, right, which is often an indicator of the success of the company, especially if it comes from, most of that business comes from independent advisors, as in our case. Overall new business was 297 million in 2022 for South Africa and Namibia, a 9% increase compared to 2021. This new business and our very low lapses resulted in total earned risk premium income for PPS Insurance, our long-term products, being up 7% year on year, reaching 5.7 billion for 2022.
And on the claim side, how did we fare there?
As Izak said, we're there to pay valid claims to protect our members. The 2022 insurance claimed amounted to 3.4 billion, which is 21% lower compared to 2021, thanks to lower COVID claims, and in particular lower COVID death claims. To put this into context, we paid more than 14 million rand every workday to our members. In 2022, there was still around 7,700 valid COVID-related claims, but this was lower than the almost 12,000 of a year before.
I guess expenses are another important number to track.
On the expense side, we were mindful of the general business environment and had to exploit efficiencies without negatively impacting the core foundation of our business or disrupting our growth initiatives. Remember, as Izak mentioned, expenses are covered from what is eventually returned to our members, and we have tough expense efficiency targets. So after these claim payments and expenses and reserving for the future, we are proud to announce that we will be allocating 619 million rand to the profit share accounts of our members in South Africa and Namibia.
But Izak, besides the operating profit, there are also the investment returns that you mentioned earlier. What was the performance here?
Yes, Motshabi, so due to our very low policy lapses, most of our members stay with us for at least a generation. This allows us to take a very long-term approach when it comes to investing, which we believe is a competitive edge. It means we can invest more in growth assets such as overseas equities.
So how does this benefit our members?
In a year such as 2022, when such assets were under pressure, it will of course impact performance. So PPS recorded a marginal negative return on the pooled PPS profit share account portfolio, in which most of our members' profit share assets are invested, coming off the record highs of 2021. This will have a small negative impact on many of our members' special benefit account portion of their overall profit share account. Thanks to PPS Life Insurance returning to profitability this year on the operating side, the impact of negative investment returns should therefore be minimal for most members in terms of overall profit share balances.
Anusha, these are the numbers on the life side. How did the rest of the group perform?
So, Motshabi, yes, one of the things we do is we help our professional members with a full suite of solutions, which starts with advice and includes life insurance, short-term insurance, investments, business insurance, wills and estate, medical aid solution, the full spectrum, but all tailored explicitly for graduate professionals. So if we start with PPS Investments, they delivered a strong performance for the year with gross new business flows of 7.7 billion for 2022, surplus before interest and tax of 121 million, and was up 23% in 2022.
And on the short-term side?
On the short-term insurance side, with cars returning to the roads and certain weather events such as the KZN floods, loss ratios increased, but still ended the year more or less in line with our expectations. We paid 131 million in valid personal and commercial line claims. We remain of the opinion that our risk pool is a benign one, covering only graduate professionals, and the results we talk to speak of that. New business remained challenging in the short term, but increased significantly compared to the previous year as more professionals learn about this offering and switch to make use of our solutions.
And tell us more about the healthcare administration business.
Our healthcare administration business achieved revenue growth of 9% from 2021, coming in at 344 million. An exciting aspect of this business is growth outside of South Africa, and we expand to service medical aid schemes in other countries, starting with Botswana.
Any other numbers that you would like to share with us?
As you know, Motshabi, we like to track a rather interesting number: how many profit share millionaires we have. These are members that have accumulated more than R1 million in their profit share account. This is great for augmenting retirement savings, which we know is a challenge in our country. And I'm sure the 9,565 members who have R1 million or more in their profit share account will testify. This is great news, and we expect that this number will continue to grow.
But Izak, it's not just about the numbers, right?
Indeed. When you are a business with mutuality at the core, then purpose runs deep. There are many examples that I can mention where PPS supported our members and communities in 2022 over and above profit share. Our members can read about this on our website. But one example I want to mention is the world's first posthumous life policy, valued at 9 million rand. In a challenging year like 2022, we wanted to tell the stories of professionals who have succeeded, who have come through for their communities despite adversity. We call these stories the forgotten graduate. So one piece of research was to identify the first professional in South Africa of color. And our thorough research shows that this person was Dr. William Anderson Soga during the 19th century. And as a tribute to Dr. Soga, PPS created the Pioneer Scholarship Fund, which will be funded from this posthumous life policy, and it will assist students excelling academically with their educational needs. This bursary is on top of all the other work that the PPS Foundation does to empower and engage the youth.
Thank you, Izak. Any final messages that you would like to send to our members who are watching this video?
Yes, Motshabi, we are very proud that we have been there to support our country's graduate professionals for more than 8 decades and commit to continue to assist our members to, in essence, live the lives that they want to live. We value their loyalty and support. So to all our members, remember, success is always better shared. Thank you for trusting us with your finances.
Thank you, Izak, and thank you, Anusha. And well done to you and your teams for your continued care of our members.
Thank you, Motshabi.
Thank you.